Nice to meet you. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I had the chance to see this film at the Toronto International Film Festival. It was a lot of fun. I imagine with such a cast of comedic characters, it can be hard to wrangle everybody. Did you find that during shooting, it was things often got off to some pretty crazy starts?
I mean, it's always crazy, trying to do a movie, period. And this was all, a lot of it was in a room with eight incredible actors. So, you know, if you show up to one of my movies, you're probably not there for the payday. So I trust that these guys were there for because they want to do something special. So, I mean, it's nuts. You bring guns out and you start shooting people and blood but not crazy in that sense. Just like, we probably have a lot of really fun outtakes if anybody ever takes the time to do that. But outside of that, it was a good time in that sense.
Would you say that this is in line with a lot of the films you made before? This is a bit of a departure for you.
No, I mean everything comes from some selfish sort of little bit that I sort of recognize somebody in it, whether it's someone in my family or a friend or something. So this felt familiar for me. Maybe my family wasn't this dysfunctional, which makes me feel good, but there was definitely a dysfunction to these guys that I connected with. So yeah, but so I don't know. There's always a little bit of that in my stuff.
And I know you didn't write the script here. What was your collaboration like with John on it?
It was great. I mean, originally, an actor, PJ Ransone, had told me they were going to do a play, all in a room, and I got to read it, and I remember thinking, "Oh man, it felt like a Virginia Woolf, but everybody was Virginia Woolf." So then I just started on this mission to find Ruth because that was the ultimate Virginia Woolf, and it led me to Jennifer Coolidge, which that's a good start for any movie. Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting you say that, originally it was going to be a play because I'm thinking specifically of certain scenes that take place in exterior locations and in the restaurant and other places. And I feel like that really, even though those scenes with everybody sitting around the table really are very memorable, getting to move outside of that space and, feel like that's sort of, in a sense, like that's the prison you don't want to enter is a very interesting concept.
Yeah, I mean that was the hope, because it's like, okay, like we're stuck in a room, but we're not really out that much, so we're just going through dreams and weird storytelling and whatnot. So that was a fun challenge.
I also like that obviously there are some very big names in this film, but there are also some relative newcomers who still get a shot. Do you feel that it's a very sort of balanced piece where everybody sort of gets a piece of the pie?
Yeah, I mean, look, I get as excited about some of the big names, of course. Who's not excited to work with Ed Harris or Gabrielle Union, whatnot. They're all freaking great. And then, I had been fixated on the role of DJ, thinking who's gonna pull this one. And then Miles Harvey walked into an open call, and I'm like, oh, there he is. And then I have some Lewis Pullman. I didn't know who he was before. Turns out he's not bad. And Emanuela. I mean, so it's an ensemble of everybody gets their moments, which is exciting for me. Even the PJ Byrne, who's a friend, and I said, "Hey, man, we're doing a little movie. There's no money, and you got to fly yourself in because they're only hiring locals in New Jersey. But it's one theme, but it's with Bill Murray and Pete Davidson." He's like, "I'll be there." So I'll take those. It was a nice deal.
I'm glad to hear. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you, man.